Right now I'm under a tree, can you tell? There's no black heretic. He blamed his ancestors for the fall, but there's ever been only one Darkling, and all he cares about is power. That is impossible. The Darkling has spent his life trying to free Ravka from the fold. Hey bookworms, what's up? How are you doing? I hope you're doing alright. So today's video is going to be Siege and Storm, a book review, or rather a guide. It's the second part of the Grishaverse trilogy guide thingy that I'm doing. So Siege and Storm, I'm pretty sure you don't want the minorities, but I'm going to say them anyway. So Siege and Storm is the second installment in the Grishaverse trilogy of Shadow and Bone, and it's written in 2013 by Lee Bardugo. Well duh. So it is a continuation of Shadow and Bone, and after Alina and Mal escape the Darkling, they're gonna get captured again, and it's about Alina exploring the depths of her powers, the layers of her power as a sun summoner, and she's utilizing her powers, and then she yearns for the second type of amplifier, which is called a Sea Whip, that is basically on the cover of the book. So I also figured that something out, and that is the cover of the three books are based on the amplifiers. The first one is the Morse of a Stag, the second one is the Sea Whip, and the third one is a Firebird. Am I intelligent or what? So it's about her life after she escapes the Darkling, as I said before, and then there are these characters and concepts that I'm being surprised by the settings, the characters, and also the new concepts that are bringing in here, and the writing style improved a lot, and I definitely love this book. It is much better than Shadow and Bone. And in my previous video, which I will link down in the description below, I have told that I didn't get more of that action component in the Shadow and Bone, but I did get more than the action plot in Siege and Storm, which is what I liked it for. And it's just creating a lot of dystopian kind of atmosphere for the finale part in this Ruin and Rising, which I'm so excited about. So this video is being divided into three different parts. The first is beginning, middle, and ending. I'm so basic, can you tell? So the beginning starts with Alina and Mal in this place called Kofton after they escape the Darkling, and then you know what's gonna happen. The Darkling captures them again, and he sort of like kidnaps them and puts them in this vessel, which is a whole new concept of ocean, and I really loved that setting. It was unexpected. So after they were put in this vessel, they find new friends, they find new atmosphere like Tolya and Tamar, and there's this Termhound who is the captain. And then the Darkling just tells Alina that he's gonna find her a Sea Whip, it's called a Rosalia. It's actually a folk story, and it's the second amplifier, and Alina is kind of shocked because no Grisha ever has had more than one amplifier, and she's a sun summoner, so that basically does it. So after she finds this Sea Whip, they have this Stormhound who basically does a mutiny to Darkling, and then the Darkling goes away. It's like escapes from Alina and her Grisha friends. So after that, they enter the fold, which is super unexpected. And then after entering the fold, they kind of end up in this little palace again with her Grisha friends and everything. And then Alina takes an unexpected turn and meets this person called Nikolai, which is basically enshrined in the plot twist of Stormhound, which I'm not going to say because it's spoilery, of course. So after she goes to the little palace, she explores a bit of the little palace, and some of the Grisha friends like Zoya stayed in the little palace, and also a lot of characters come in. And I honestly missed Genya in the beginning because she just like leaves for the Darkling side and not for Alina's, and I usually thought that Genya was Alina's best friend in the Shadow and Bone, but she betrayed her, and it was honestly a sad story. So and then Alina is just like, she's having like a mental sort of breakdown. She has to decide between her power, and her power is getting getting more hungry, and she's just like yearning for the third amplifier. After that, the middle part joins in, and then she has to go in the little palace and then find out what the Darkling's plans are. So the Darkling is kind of hiding there somewhere between Firda or Suhan, and then she has to find out, and she's leading the second army. So that's where the middle part joins in, and I honestly like loved the beginning part. It was a start of such an atmospheric feeling, and it just started off the story was super awesome. But I wish that it might have been hilarious and much more humorous that like in the Shadow and Bone, because all I got was like dark, like really sad things. So after she joins the little palace, she's just kind of like the confident sun summoner, and she leads this group. There was panic everywhere, and the pilgrims, the people called her Sancta Alina, and other words that means she's a saint, and all other people just started believing that she is a saint. That means she was dead once, and then she has risen again to save Ravka from the evil holds of the Darkling. So much hope and so much pressure is laying on Alina, and she has to save Ravka from this, and she's also struggling with her own life. She's just like wanting to find space for herself, and also her power is getting more and more like her power is conquering her. So after that, and also with the struggles of her with her friends and everything, so that's really sad. And then after she goes and joins the second army, the people are like, oh, what? Can I hear it once again? Alina is leading the second army. She's not even experienced. She's just a 16-year-old silly girl. But then she's a sun summoner, so she has no opinion, but also to lead the second army. And then next she has Alina's power are getting more invasive of her space, as I told before, and now it's getting more and more hungry for the third one, and then some sort of things that go in the middle, and also they have this kind of humorous bit of part where they're enjoying themselves, Alina and her friends. So I like that part, but I would have liked it a bit more longer, and I would have liked it if her life was a bit more humorous and hilarious, not only like serious and like, you know, I'm gonna save the world, I'm gonna do it today, the world is gonna end. So that kind of concept, I would have really liked that element in. So after that, the Darkling's plans are getting clear to Alina, and it is related with something in the ending. So in the ending, she realizes that the Darkling's plans previously has been connected somehow, and I always expected something that happened in the ending. So let's get into it and see what's gonna happen in the ending. My plot twist endings for my plot twist expectations for the ending was pretty much bigger than what really happened in the ending. But I'm not gonna be like, oh my god. Can I remember to talk again? Yep. So what really happened at the ending was sort of like a massacre that has something related to do with the Darkling's plan. So Vasily, who's like the older brother of Nikolai, he just goes to another place which is near, it's called Karyewa or something. So he goes to that place and he comes again, and he tells in Nikolai's birthday party that the Feardans have agreed to help Ravka win over the Darkling. And then everybody's like, oh yeah, that's right, our biggest enemies are becoming our allies. But then Nikolai, as an intelligent person, figures out that how can our most biggest sworn enemies become allies over like short time without only the help of Vasily. Then he goes into an argument with Vasily, and then he figures out that the Feardans have been helping Darkling hide, and he also uses his logic to think that the Darkling has been hiding somewhere near Firda, and then he is taking lookouts everywhere over Ravka to find Alina, and then he figures that out, and then he knows that there's going to be a massacre happening in the little palace right now, so it happens. And after it happens, the Darkling's entrance is in the ending, and he tells Alina that he's gonna like find her the third amplifier, and he's gonna use her in his evil plot, skeptically evil plot. And then after that, Alina is going to be rescued by her Grisha friends, and then the story is stopped right there. The finale episode is going to happen in the Ribbon and Rising, and I have such big expectations to it. Stay tuned for that video because something major is gonna happen there. And one of my viewers just commented below in my previous video saying that they would really like to see my reaction for the Six of Course duology. So that will be going in after the Ribbon and Rising video. So stay happy, stay safe, keep reading, subscribe, share, like, and support my channel if you found this video useful.